Am I good? Hello, everybody. How's everybody today? Good. Today we're going to be making braised lamb with yogurt sauce. This is a very, very simple dish, something everyone can make at home using very local products in a very palatable way, something everyone want to eat. We're using a piece of lamb leg. You can see it. It's a nice solid piece of lamb. People have a concept of lamb in this province where they think it's gamey, they think it has a strong flavor. It's not necessarily true. Lamb just has a particular taste, and it tastes like lamb, and it's a good flavor. It just doesn't taste like beef. So this lamb particular is from the Ghouls. It's actually from Howard Morey Farms. So that's he takes his lamb in the spring and puts them out on Ship Island, down on the southern shore, lets them feed on the saltwater grass. Then in the fall he brings them in and then he slaughters them. So this is a fresh lamb, very, very fresh lamb actually. It was slaughtered on Wednesday, I believe. So we're to respect this is going to be done very simply, and it's going to taste like lamb and complement it with the yogurt sauce. So first of all is I'll take the lamb. I'm just going to cube it up into stewing size pieces. It's just so it's not going to take so long. You could do this as a whole leg because you can buy whole legs with the bone in. The bone in will add a lot of flavor to your braise. So with the braise, we're first going to sear off all the lamb. Then we're going to add onion and cook it out. Then we're going to add carrots, celery, a little bit of mint, some thyme, salt and pepper on the seasoning for the lamb. Add some butter to finish to get the nice golden brown on the meat. And the recipe says you can use water. You can use anything to flavor it. You can use beer, you can use wine, you can use chicken stock, you can use beef stock, or lamb stock if you took the bones and made a stock. Today we're going to be using chicken stock. This is just a regular chicken stock we bought at the store. The key when you're searing off meat for a braise, you want to get that nice caramelized color to the outside of the meat. It makes a difference for your end result, to the flavor of the sauce, to the flavor of the meat itself. So one key point is don't put your meat in early, let the oil get hot. So once the oil gets hot, we will start searing. Wait for it to start to move. In the meantime, I'm going to start seasoning my meat. Let's see. Almost. Growing up here in Newfoundland, I grew up thinking lamb was strong tasting and not good because my parents convinced me of it because they only ate lamb when it was mutton, strong fat, strong flavor, but their lamb is beautiful. Lamb is something we should be eating. We can grow it here, we should be eating it. Mutton as an older lamb is also good, just lose some of the fat. The fat has that strong, strong smell to it, but the flavor is actually delicious. So, one key point with searing off meat is don't drop it in the pan and start stirring it around. Let it sear. Right now it'll be stuck to the pan. Let it sear itself off, and you'll get that nice color to it. So while that's searing, I'm going to slice up my garlic. garlic, thyme, mint, very good complementary flavors to go with the lamb. These are also things that are very, very local. I don't know if anyone realizes that like you can get a lot of local garlic in this city, in the province, in around St. John's, and it's delicious. It's our local garlic is, I would say, far better than anything we can get imported. So as you see, it just comes right off, and you get a nice brown color to it, nice sear. The Howard's lamb is actually where it's feeding on saltwater grass. Has a different, it's a very light colored lamb, and it also has a very distinctive flavor. It's almost pre-seasoned. Not all lamb is like this, but this particular lamb is very, very special. So we're getting a nice sear on here. So now I'm going to drop in the garlic. You don't want to let your garlic burn. It'll give you a very bitter, strong bitter flavor. So get everything going in here now. Onions. You'll see liquid coming from the onions as it's caramelizing. There we go. Alright. So now I'll add my carrot. I'll add my celery. This is just going to add a lot of flavor to my braising liquid. You can almost, any meat you braise, chicken, beef, anything, you would add carrot, onion, and celery always. So this nice darkening on the bottom of the pan that you can see right here, this we're going to deglaze with the chicken stock. And that is going to be good flavor added to the meat for the braise. While that's going, we're going to start with our yogurt sauce. So it's not a straightforward yogurt sauce. We're adding yogurt, we're adding a little bit of flour, and we're adding egg yolks. So once the braise is complete, we're going to pour this sauce over the top of it, and then we're putting it back in the oven at a high heat, almost like the sauce will bake to the top of it, very thick. It'll be tinted yellow with the yolks, be very, very creamy, very rich, to complement the lamb. So I'm going to add my yogurt. I'm going to add my 4 yolks. I'm going to mix these together. You see how the yolks turn the yogurt yellow. Then I'm going to slowly add in my flour. And this will be what's going on top of the lamb once it's finished braising. Things you can add to this, you can add herbs, you can add mint, you can add any aromatics to this to enhance the flavor. What we're kind of showing you today is more of a basic recipe that you can add anything to and grow to. Now we're deglazing with the chicken stock. It's smelling really good. We're going to add some thyme. We're going to add some mint, let it cook out. We're going to add a touch of butter. Just add a little fat into it. So when braising, you should cover, the meat should be covered. When you go into the oven, you will cook down the liquid. You want to have it covered so you don't get the big dry spots. A lot of people like this would not be enough. I'm going to add some more liquid into this. You want to have all your meat covered, so then when you finish your braise, take all your meat out and then keep the liquid and bring your liquid down, and you'll intensify the flavor and you'll add thickness to it. You can thicken it with a roux, thicken it with flour, or thicken it with cornstarch. And that's how you get that very nice, rich, flavored sauce. The difference between home cooking and a lot of restaurant cooking is how much people at home like myself at home, I have a tendency to just want to put it in and finish it. It'll be done when it comes out, it'll be more like a stew. But if you want to have a really rich sauce, that's when you do the extra bit. You pull your meat out and reduce it down, thicken it, taste it, and really finish it, then add your meat back in. This is something a lot of restaurants do to make food different from what you have at home. So add a little more stock to cover it. You can add any array of flavors into this. You can make it spicy. You can make it like this is very, very straightforward and simple, but you could do anything with this type of braise. You can put this in your slow cooker at home and let it go overnight. You can put this in a low oven with a lid on it or tin foil it and let it go for 12 hours at 200 degrees. And it'll be very tender and juicy in the morning or overnight. I usually, in around Christmas time, even when I do turkey at Christmas or in Thanksgiving, I don't want to get up in the morning. I put low and slow. I go put the turkey in the night before, 200 degrees, and let it go overnight for 12 hours. Still juicy, and then at the very end you turn the heat up and you get that nice brown color. You don't have to cook a turkey or any meat really in an hour. Things can take time. In the meantime, you can leave and go somewhere else. Like I usually leave and go do stuff and then come back. It's sort of the lazy man way, but it's what I do on my day off. So this is going on a stovetop. You want this just at a simmer, or you can put it in the oven. I'm going to turn this down to a simmer right now. You don't want to boil your meat. You just want it to nice, just underneath the simmer, and this will go at the small pieces. It'll go for about 45 minutes. If I left this whole, it would go for an hour and a half. If I wanted this in 20 minutes, I would cut it really small, right? The recipes, any recipe anyone ever gives you, it's always open to interpretation. People have a tendency to follow recipes exactly to the T. Everyone should have a very open book concept to recipes and use your own common sense. And if you don't think it's right, then it isn't right, because it's your taste buds. You're the person eating it. If it doesn't seem right to you, then it isn't really right. It's just more of a suggestion, other than if you get into baking. Baking, follow the recipe. But so this is going to go for about 45 minutes. When this is ready, gone through this really quickly. The sample can come down. Is it? Oh, perfect. I didn't realize that. I didn't even see it. Ah, cool. You snuck up on me. Yeah. So this is the finished, through the magic of a demo, what we were working on earlier. So what I did was, when this one was finished, I took the sauce and just poured straight over the top of it. And then it went back into the oven at 450, and baked. So it's almost like a custard on top. And that's your sour note to the lamb to complement it. This is a very, very fall dish, I would call it. Very winter, fall, strong flavors, nice and warm. Eat this all the time. And that's pretty much it. So we got some samples here for everyone to taste. Is there any questions? It's a very, very straightforward dish. So, do we have these little guys? So I'm gonna do them and you're gonna hand them out? I'm gonna put them in and you're gonna, okay. So.